friends, it's Sarah. How's it going? Okay, I'm excited about this one because it's super simple and it's kind of like a make or break it kind of thing. And the story I'm going to share is going to be kind of one of those break it kind of deals. I was thinking about how, well, I guess as audience members, when we go to see plays and movies or whatever, we've been let down by performances many times. We all know what that's like. And sometimes, I can feel sort of almost angry when I really like a play. But I realize there's a true silver lining in this, and it's that we get to learn. In fact, actually, I remember being, when I was first getting going in acting class, and you get to the point where you start to kind of know things, and then newer actors come in, and I remember sometimes feeling almost frustrated, like watching, like, oh God, I have watched this, And then I realized that actually I learned so much more from watching people make mistakes. I was thinking about this time that I went to see a production of a play called Doubt by John Patrick Shanley. This play, it's also a film, so you may have seen the film, but I went to see the play that I love, and it was at a big, well-respected regional theater, and so I had high hopes. And if you don't know the play, here's the synopsis. We're at a Bronx school, and Sister Aloysius, the head nun of the school, suspects a teacher, Father Flynn, of improper relations with one of the students. So there's a really important scene in the play where he goes to her office to plead his innocence, to convince her that he's totally innocent. And in that scene, she tells him he is to request a transfer out of the parish. And basically, by the end of the story, big spoiler alert, she blackmails him, and he ends up having to leave. In the production I saw, the actor playing Father Flynn came into this scene, this very important scene, playing the victim, essentially playing that he had already lost. He was already resigned to losing. He had given up. And there was no fight. He wasn't trying to go for anything. He had nowhere to go. And ultimately, it was really boring to watch. And the audience went to sleep. This is especially problematic for this play in particular, because if Father Flynn goes into that scene, if he's playing guilty, if we think he did it, then there's no doubt in the audience's mind, right? We think, oh, he's guilty. Which for this play, right, remember the title of the play is called Doubt, it means there's no play. What would have happened if he had come into the scene 100% committed to convincing her, 100% committed to the win, right? If he had never given up and kept fighting and fighting for it, it would have, first of all, been really exciting to watch, and it also would have been, there would have been a play there. What can we take away from this as actors? And not just specifically about this play. And here's something that I hope you will take from this and use. Expect the opposite. Let's say you're playing a scene where you walk in on the love of your life, kissing someone else, making out with someone else. You're going to know you have to react to that, right? So what can you do? You know you're going to need an honest reaction. So before you come into that scene, if you were to expect that, you would have nowhere to go. But if you prepare for the opposite, if you prepare to walk into the scene almost expecting the polar opposite, right? What if you built that, like, this person had created this really romantic dinner for you and you were expecting to walk into that? I don't know. Preparing for the opposite is going to give you a really big place to go. Maybe this concept actually seems obvious to you, but you'd be surprised actually how easy it is to make that mistake. Why? I think what happens sometimes is when you go to rehearse your character, you know the whole arc of the play, and so you can get really caught up in the emotional circumstances, right? Of like the backstory between you two and how much you love each other, and the heartache of what happens later in the play, and all the emotions, right? So you may get stuck on that and know that that's where you're going to go in the scene and come in leading with that. It's actually really, really easy mistake to make. So think about preparing for the opposite before you come in so that you have an arc. That's it. I'd love to hear any questions or comments, maybe any war stories that you have about this in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. See ya. I can't concentrate with my 3-year-old poking her head in.